Hey guys, this is Mr. Champlin here. We've been going over a lot of quadrilaterals, but again, I would like to go back to parallelograms, and I want to show you guys 5 theorems on how to prove a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so we have 5 theorems. So let's take a little look at these. The first one says, show both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So that means this side and this side are going to be parallel, and this side and this side will be parallel. Okay, so the first theorem states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Cool, let's look at number 2. This says show both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So we need to show that both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So these two would have to be congruent, as well as these two sides would have to be congruent. Okay? And that would also show that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. All right, let's look at the third theorem. The third theorem states, show both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. So this angle and this angle would have to be congruent, as well as this angle and this angle would have to be congruent. So to show this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, you can show that both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Awesome. Let's look at the fourth theorem. The fourth theorem states, show only one pair of opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So you only want to show one pair of opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So it looks like this. So here's our parallel. So now these opposite sides are parallel. And then we have our dash to make them congruent. So these opposite sides are parallel and congruent, and you only have to show one pair of opposite sides. All right, let's look at the final theorem. And the fifth theorem says show the diagonals bisect each other. So we need to show that the diagonals bisect each other, and when they bisect each other, they create two equal or congruent segments. And so segment AE is going to be congruent to E to C, and D to E is going to be congruent to E to B. And if you can show that these diagonals bisect each other, then you have also showed this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, guys. For this video, we pretty much just went over the 5 theorems on how to show them. But in upcoming practices and notes, we're going to show how to apply these theorems. Okay, because we want to prove that quadrilaterals are parallelograms, and I know you guys can do it. You're doing an excellent job so far this unit. I want to say thank you. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. And if you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Gloss or I, Mr. Champlin, through Google Classroom or email. Have a great day. Thank you.